Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Dating Diaries with Raquel and Brittany.
Hello, hello.
What up?
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. We actually have somebody in their mid-20s dating. You would say he's a zennial, maybe a millennial, something in the ennials. We have Mr. Z.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Well, first and foremost, Mr. Z, thank you for coming onto the show and giving us a perspective that we have no idea about.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to just answer your guys' questions and go from there.
Thank you. So, ladies, anything you guys want to bring up to Mr. Z in regards to dating in your 20s?
Oh my goodness. Okay. You want to go first?
You're talking?
No.
So
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so how do you often meet people? Is that something? Because I know for me, I'm in my almost close to 40, but we do the online now. But before it used to be you would meet them at the bars. But what do you guys do?
I think it's.
How do I find a young one? I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I don't like when I was in my early 20s. It's all, and it still is like basically dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, Duet, like anything like that. Like, and you just kind of just meet up. But it feels kind of like each app is for different purposes. Like, like yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What's Tinder's purposes?
You know what it's.
It's just sex, 100%.
It's a hookup.
I feel like there's more like some people like try to go for love, like and I had like one great relationship from Tinder, but like mostly ever it's just like you're trying to fuck. You're trying to just have sex.
On all of them or just Tinder?
I think just Tinder. I feel like Hinge is more of like a you're trying to actually try, like, but it's still like everything.
Okay.
One thing I definitely learned from them is just it's overly. I don't know if you felt this. It's just exhausting, just going on it, and it just feels kind of like I'm not really judging. Like if I saw you on the app, like I'll just like look at 4 pictures or maybe a bio and just be like, either I definitely want to do her, or oh hell no. And it's just like you kind of just lose the incentive of who is this person. So it just kind of feels, I don't know, just like kind of too much.
Like kind of like when you're going grocery shopping, you're just shopping, buying whatever. It almost feels like that for me.
Yeah, it's like overwhelming.
Yeah, there's so many selections. It's not just, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many options that it gets overwhelming and you don't really get, at least I don't feel like I really invest so much because I'm like, if this guy doesn't work, I could just talk to another one.
Yeah, no, exactly. It kind of gets you in like a pretentious kind of mindset. Like you're like, nah, I could get anybody, but it's also just kind of like the chase of like, no, next one. Yes, and you're either gonna meet some great people or not really.
Chasing that illusion of the great one.
Oh, I thought I was chasing the meow meow.
Well, that's what they're doing. But, actually, you guys brought up a good point. When you date in these apps, it's almost like, okay, you go through certain, dates with certain people, and it doesn't work out, and we feel frustrated, or like, and we want to kind of like just give up. Like, you want to delete all your apps and just kind of like, you know what, I don't want to date anymore.
Which apps do you have?
The
Tinder.
same ones that you guys have. Well, I don't have Tinder because I've learned. Tinder is equally. But I always say that we shouldn't like delete, or we shouldn't like stop dating. We should take a break, and then once you're ready, which for the average person is maybe a week, and then they kind of go back onto the into the dating world, because it's almost kind of like you kind of go in and then you kind of have to go out, just depending on how overwhelmed you feel by so many selections and and just frustrations, because sometimes you really like somebody and they don't like you back, and or they like you and they start being very persistent, and you get kind of creeped out because you don't know who they are. They could be like this 17-year-old boy in I don't know, Japan or something, trying to
what? I don't know.
That's actually one thing I didn't like about Tinder too, because there was a couple people that I will even talk to, and then when I even matched like matched with them or like got their Instagram, like they were not the age that they were, and I was just like, this is effing weird.
Like what was what was your
like-
experience? Did you date like you were talking to someone that were younger or
No, like I would talk to them, never date because dear God,
Okay.
no. But like they're still in high school, but they look older. And I was like, oh, this is really weird. No. And I was just be like, God bless. Like, do your own thing. This is, meet someone your age, please. Because
Oh my
you're going
gosh,
to meet a
that's
predator
scary.
one day. Yeah.
I, I've actually been trapped with something like that, and I'll tell that story in a minute.
Yeah. It's really very uncomfortable. That's why I really don't like Tinder too much. Because I usually, like, I set my age limit to, my age was just in like 28 and then up to like 30s. Because I don't want to look at anyone that's like other than just like my preference is just like, oh, you look kiddish, so you could as much as I got older, but also just like I just don't want to have that experience again.
Right.
So
What is
I'm just like, I'm okay.
if Mr. Z, I have to ask you a question. What is your age cutoff, and would you date women with kids?
I already dated a woman with a kid before, yeah,
okay.
and I don't mind it. Like when I first did, I think I was 20 or 21 when I first dated someone. No, I think I was 19.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't mind because I thought she was insanely beautiful, and I love playing with like kids. I think they're like so cute and amazing.
Yeah.
Like, but
Was she like from 1 to 10? 5 is average. Was she like a 6 or 7? What are you looking at?
like an 8. Like
Oh
to me.
goddamn! I would probably date her too. All right, I gotcha.
She was an 8. And I
Don't
was like-
blame you.
Don't blame you.
And she didn't have like the kid for the weekend, so I was like, ooh. So I was just like, ooh. And
Awesome.
but
What
like
happened on the weekends? I'm just gonna. You don't have to answer it. I'm just joking.
stuff. And
Oh,
but
man.
no, like it was just I think now, especially that the age I'm at, yeah, I don't really care. I don't mind. Like I feel like if when I look back at it when I was like in my early 20s, I was like, what the hell am I doing dating someone with a kid? I'm basically a kid. Like I like
20, 21, yeah.
I was like 21 or 19. I forgot what age it was. But
you
like,
were young though, man.
yeah, I was a pendejo, and like I was just like, no, not until like you're either in your late 20s or 30s that's I think that's more acceptable to be like, yeah, like I feel like if you're like in your mid 30s or something like that and you're just like, oh, I don't want to date no one with a kid, God bless. Like I feel like that market just slowly closes and closes.
It does. Very true.
Yeah, so I kind of just go with if you have a kid and if I'm ready for that responsibility as well, and knowing that eventually if this gets serious I'm going to be a stepdad essentially, I'll be fine with it, especially if I really really like the person though.
If
So-
she's an 8.
yeah, if she's an 8. If she's a 5, I don't know.
What about a 7.5?
Ooh. That's
He's like, let me think about
maybe
that.
that's like one date, and I'm like, that's just nice. Bye.
This was one
See ya.
a one good night stand. All right,
Yeah.
out you go, girl. Just,
and I'm sorry. So, Mr. Z, you didn't answer my other question,
Oh, sorry, I
which
forgot
was, what is your dating range, your cutoff
yeah.
age for the woman?
I think my cutoff age, like from youngest or like oldest, or
What's the youngest and what's the oldest?
I'll date anyone in their 30s. I love people who are in their 30s, and I think my cutoff for youngest is either like earliest, maybe 23, about to be 24, but 25 I will aim for since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be the youngest, right?
Yeah, that'll be like the youngest.
And the oldest would be like late 30s?
Any 30s, yeah.
Oh, any 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well,
So, I got a question here.
oh,
Yeah.
raw dog.
So here's what I'm looking at. Do younger men date older women
Yes.
to basically?
he says yeah.
Well, wait. Are they dating because they either want just sex or they want to be taken care of like a sugar mama, or is it really love?
I don't know, because I think even since I was a kid, I just really liked, like even in high school, I loved like girls who were seniors when I was a freshman, and like when I got older, I liked college girls, but I knew that was not going to happen because that would be very concerning if they said yes. but I don't know. So I've always liked older women. Like
Okay.
I talked to and fooled around with someone in their mid 30s, and that was great. So
I was
like,
gonna say, was that fun?
Well,
Yeah.
let me so what I'm saying
Did
here
she
is,
teach you stuff?
I'm sure she did. The little twirl thing.
Oh,
Thank you, Sharon.
oh
damn.
Anyways,
And I don't even know what the twirl thing is. I'm like, what?
well,
is
you know
that?
what? One day when you go out with a 30-year-old, she'll tell you.
Okay.
So, what I'm asking here is, especially like from your friends, maybe not yourself, do you find that men that are in your age range between 25 to, let's say, 30 are looking to date someone within their age range, but if they date above that, so let's say someone in their mid 30s, late 30s, are they looking for more of a physical thing? Are they looking more because they just want to take advantage of the situation of the person, maybe be able to live with them and live off of them?
I think it's also just, and I mean this in kind of a blunt way, I think porn really corrupted a lot of boys' minds because
Gotcha.
I think like a lot of them just think, oh, if I have sex with a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old, like, ooh, that's hot. Like, that's a cougar. Like, I had a friend who, like, ever since even in
fantasy.
his early 20s, they loved getting hit on cougars, and they'll try to, like, mess around with people who are in their 40s or 50s or late
give me
30s.
his number. I'm just kidding.
He's married, unfortunately.
Ah, damn it.
to a cougar?
No. Someone his age.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
But
Too late.
I think it's the thrill of dating someone that's older, because I do have, especially because I went to school with like my friends are, a lot of them are like in their early 20s or almost hitting their mid 20s, and even when I knew them in school, like they just thought dating someone older would be like at least them, like they would rather stick to whether it was 19 to 23 or whatever age that they were in. And I was out of the ball pick at that part. I was really like, ugh, 19, you're disgusting. What the fuck? Like, so like I already was just like, I feel like I wasn't on their same mindset, but I feel like they were just like, I want someone my age, which is just young, hot, and I just want to fuck. And I feel like I definitely, especially with some of my friends,
As you should.
yeah, I didn't like mind if like someone who was in their 20s for sure, but like my age range would be like, I like someone that's my age in particular would be fucking amazing, because it's also just that mental maturity that I felt like I experienced when I dated. Even like, I think when I was 24, I dated a 20-year-old, and it was just. I just felt like I was dating a teenager. It was just, I hated it. It was not fun.
It sounds like you really crave that mental stimulation. You know, yeah. I mean the hotness and you guys being attracted to each other is a plus, but you also have that. You need to have that like emotional, that mental for you in order for you to really like that person.
But who would? I mean, I don't know if age really gives you that. You could find like late 30-year-olds that are immature.
Oh no, I have met them.
Yeah,
100%. I met some crazy. I think it's just the fantasy of like, you think you're in your late 30s. Oh, you have experience. You're gonna be great in bed, or you're gonna be so fun of the chase. It's always just a chase, especially if you.
And then they get disappointed.
maybe
And
some.
you're welcome, ladies. You're welcome.
But yeah, I just think it's just the fantasy. Like I said, I think porn corrupted a lot of people my age.
Well, I think porn has corrupted since I was a kid. I mean, it's always been the idea of.
But we have more access to when
Now
we were a
you
kid.
guys
Oh,
do,
absolutely.
for
But
sure.
it was always available to everybody. I mean, even if it was a picture of a magazine or going to the video store, and even though the guy knows you're under
You
18,
guys used to
still-
watch it like on a VHS.
Yeah, VHS.
Yeah, but like I feel like because we have literally like what I'm holding is a phone. Like I have it access, and I had this since I was in middle school. Like you
That's
don't think I looked at porn in middle school? Of course I did. And like I think
Which sites would you get on?
There were so
Classified.
many back in the day.
no, just the regular like xxx.com or Pornhub or whatever.
Hold on, let me write these down.
She has
So-
them saved on her phone.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, man. Those are her favorites right now.
So my brother had this new phone,
Yeah.
Right, and he
Oh,
was
God.
playing the game. He was trying to show it off, like, oh, my phone's the fastest, right? And so my brother, I have two brothers, and then it was so funny because they're like, no, look how fast it is, and he goes, and then it's a porn site. I was like, oh, you watch porn? We were all like,
That's my biggest fear because like I always get afraid. Like the night before when I was definitely watching something and enjoying myself, I feel like I get scared if I forgot to close out and get out of incognito mode.
Oh my
And I'll
God.
just like hit Safari. I'm like, oh guys, look at this. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on, let me check. I think it was a personal email that I got to really confirm as my social security. I can't let you see that. Like, you know, I just get really nervous. And I've definitely
what
seen
is
people
your
do that
porn?
too.
What do you search on for when you're watching porn? Like, what is your to go?
My to go, I don't know. I think I just anything that's there. Like when I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with like lesbian porn.
Wet. Just kidding.
I think like I guess POV. I guess like just to like pretend I'm the one.
I don't know what does POV stand for.
Point of view. Point of view.
Point of view. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just like basically like the camera will be like where my eyes are at, and I'm like, oh, this is me. But like I kind of go for anything. I think.
I wonder if you could watch porn now with those.
Yes.
I'm like, that would be so cool. Because I'm like,
Yes.
you feel like you're in it. You're like, oh, that'd be
it's
nice.
not, you know, it's not as thrilling as people think it
No?
is. At least for me, because well, all right, not to flex. I have an Apple Vision Pro, and that has a great quality. When I tried that on that, it's pretty great. Like, but for the most part, technology is not really good as the Apple Vision Pro, like with either the other VRs.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of looks like shit, and you'll just like get nauseous. At least I do.
I know I get nauseous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just depends on the person. Maybe the person's like, I don't care about the quality. I just want to pretend. So I guess it just depends on the person. But for me, it's just like too nauseating. And like, God, what a way to get caught if you're just like home. You're like, yeah, baby.
I know, it's true.
Yeah. And you're just like hands out, getting freaky. And your mom's just like, oye, ¿qué estás haciendo? Javier! And you're just like, oh,
And
fuck.
you know they don't call
They don't
or
knock.
text or nothing. They just
barge-
Yeah.
Parents just barging. So
they
yeah.
know your code. You're
Oh
like,
my
what?
God.
The heck?
I'd rather get caught watching porn on the TV than on our like VR, because like I feel like you're gonna get more vulnerable with the VR.
That is so true.
Yeah.
The visual in my head that I just had with you and your mom, her catching you. Oh heck no.
So, but knowing that porn is like very, I would say, bad for you, you know,
Yeah.
do you still
Is it
find?
really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
said
I
think
there
so.
was
There's been
research,
studies.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, I think if you watch it, I mean,
No, well,
it
lot.
desensitizes. I can't say the word, but desensitizes.
Desensitized?
Yeah.
Yes.
It
so,
does.
so you look at what porn does. It makes a male look at a female in that perspective that you are here to service me. You're here to pleasure me. That's what
Yeah.
porn does with men. So when the reality comes and these guys don't know anything better and they start going out on dates. And it comes down to it. All of a sudden, they're expecting this girl to please me.
They're over there spitting
Yep.
in your face for no goddamn reason.
Exactly.
You're like, where did you learn that shit from? I just
It
wanna
was
know.
from Jungle Fever 38. Because Jungle Fever 1 didn't have
What
that.
in the world?
I just think that they just
Yeah.
think, like what you're just saying, dog. Like I just think they
That's what it
they
is.
expect like because like even when I was younger, like I knew okay, this is not how you talk and treat to a woman. Like this is just hyper fun. Like it's like
It's
a
fake.
movie. It's a movie, yeah. And but like I think especially when you're just like depressed and lonely, and especially if the apps are not working out and you're relying on the porn. Like I definitely been like victim of this where I was just like, oh, my brain is expecting this. That's why I'm disappointed when I'm actually doing it. So it's just very like, ooh, I need a healthy like reality check. I'm not gonna stop, but like I need to I need to like understand, hey, this is a movie. You're watching a movie. You're not
Separate
watching.
both.
You're not fucking James Bond. You can't do what he's doing. You can't. They're not gonna be. Oh my god, you. Like it's not gonna work out like that.
No, it's not.
no, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? Hatui? Is it?
Let's
I don't
move on
know.
from that, girl.
I was
I'm
like,
done
I
with it.
don't know.
No, there's that girl that,
Yes.
that does
The
that
Hatui
noise.
girl.
I can promise
Hatui
everyone's
girl, yeah.
over her. I hate her.
Oh, she's over? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just a lot of crypto shit she did. That was stupid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She scammed a lot of
Okay,
people.
so she's canceled then.
Cancel.
Also, I mean, good for her for making her bucks, but let's not feed her
Dang.
no more money, puff of war. Like,
Did she take your money?
No. God,
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Just
At least, I'm not that deep in porn.
Just
No,
wondering. I'm
no,
like,
no, no.
okay. How
That's-
deep are you though? I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No more. I will stop asking questions.
I'm gonna step outside. This is becoming personal.
So now we know what the minds of a 20-something-year-old. That's amazing. So, okay, let me ask you something. Do you guys find it easier to go out and meet people, going out to like the clubs? Do you go to restaurants? Do you feel your generation is more open to talk and try to start a relationship without using an app?
See, I think especially, all right, so I have a lot of girls that are friends because I just feel more comfortable with girls than guys.
Yeah, that's
'cause-
fine. I gotcha.
And I don't think so. I from like talking to them, I guarantee like some of the guys like I have friends with, and they're like, I make sure I'm very selective on my friends. Like I feel like it's a little spidey sense if I feel like you're a little predator, aren't you? like I feel like, and that's usually I'm just like, there's something off about you. I don't want to be your friend. Like I'll just stay away. But most of the guys that I see, they're like, oh man, I can't wait. Oh, I saw this cute girl at the bar, man. And I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely like where I've been at the bar. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. How
So-
do I talk to her?
So
But,
you
like,
guys won't go up to them?
No, I definitely think we'll try, but me and my other friends are shy.
Okay,
but
wait.
I think, like, to answer your question, especially with my girls that are friends, they would never want to accept a guy who's talking to them because it's just very creepy. Like, I'll go to a club
Really?
that I'm not going to name, but there's one in downtown that from us.
It's called
That-
downtown.
It's in downtown. I'll tell you later, Al. But it's fun, very great. You get drunk, but it's just
So-
like you literally see men just like bald eagle, like ready, like a predator. And I get really, I'll never forget. Like I was going to the bar to meet up my friends or the club, and I saw like they're behind the little post, and I saw a guy just staring at my friend like a just creepy, like he was ready to pounce it. And I went up to her, grabbed her hand, and I was like, you know, there's a guy looking at you, right? And she's like, yes. And I just pretended like I was her boyfriend. I was just like getting all close and shit. So I don't know. I think we're there. Like if we had a significant other or someone that we're trying to mess around with, we love the club. But like if we, I think it's just different. I think most of us, sorry to give it a long answer. I think, yes, we rely on the apps, but I think we also would rather prefer, hey, me and you were in this class. You are hot. I'm going to try to talk to you and like, maybe we'll work. I've done that plenty of times at ASU and work. Work is
It
fun.
does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you, like, let's say you were at a grocery store, you see a girl that's cute, she's in the line. Would you start up a conversation, see if it goes anywhere?
I guess if the circumstance worked, sure. Like I definitely had started conversations with random people, but if I feel and I sense this is gonna be awkward or you don't want this, then I'm not gonna try. If I feel like we are bouncing, like say if I bumped into your car and we're just like giddy and we just start talking
We will
and talking.
never be giddy if you're bumping into me. But like, what the heck is wrong with you? Never.
Oh man, no. If like, well, you know what I mean. Like if it just like became something funny and cute, I think I'll try to get bold.
That's 20-year-olds thinking, and that's gonna be cute and beautiful when you're bumping.
No,
into
I'm not gonna just ram into you like I spilled all your food. Marry me.
Ramson.
No, but
Behind
when
you.
it's, I get what you're saying though. If it
Yeah.
feels right, and
Yeah.
then I would say, yeah, you would probably approach. But
But I feel like that's just a romanticized. 9 times out of 10, I don't think you're gonna get a. I think you're gonna get the fuck away from me.
Yes,
I'm
I
in the
agree.
grocery store.
I found my second wife that way, so I'm just saying.
Yes.
but the
Second.
age, yeah.
Damn.
Touche. Touche.
How did you meet your first
What are you
wife?
on your third? No, what are,
I'm not on the third. I left it off at number 2, and that's it right now. We're only at number 2, people.
But I
So
do
don't
think,
meet them at the grocery store. Is that what you're
No.
saying?
I remember a black guy came up to me and he said, what are these? I'm like, oh, those are tortillas.
He was trying to talk to
I
you.
know. I had no idea. idea. It just went over my head. I just walked away. Now I'm like, oh, he wanted to. And I thought, oh, he was cute. But, But
have you ever had the guys that come to you and they don't ask you for your number? They just say, "Oh, I just want to tell you look really pretty," and you're like,
yeah, that has happened.
And I'm waiting for him to
before.
ask for my number, and I was like, he doesn't want my number. Okay, I'm just gonna walk away and look weird. I'm like, awkward moment.
I remember one time, one guy came up to me and he said, "Do you have a mirror?" I'm like, yeah. And I gave it to him, and he just kind of stood there looking at me. I'm like, "There's the mirror. What do you want?" And sometimes it just, I don't understand when they're trying to flirt.
So Gen Zs just don't do that then. Like you guys just don't. That just doesn't seem like something you guys.
No, I think it's probably just in our mindset outdated. Like, I'll do it like at a bar. I think a bar is probably more appropriate than like at the gas station, a grocery store, or just like because it just feels less
Pressure?
I guess less pressuring and less like kind of. I don't want to seem threatening too, because like I know it's like definitely harder for like if I'm just like approaching you at the grocery like, hey, I really love. Where did you get the soy milk? Wow, like.
And the girl responds, "How you doing?"
I'm like, gorgeous, babe, gorgeous.
Thank you. Do you like my mustache?
Yes, absolutely. I would suckle the milk off the mustache.
Stupid.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, Mr. Z, for being on the show.
Never mind.
Wait.
Will you be joining us in this next episode for next week?
We want more.
I will.
Okay, so we will do a part 2 of this. Ladies and gentlemen, signing off, Dating Diaries with Raquel and Brittany.
Woo woo.
And Z.
See you later.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. And shout out to the UK, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, France,
Singapore.
all the people out there listening to us. Thank you for being a part of our show. We love you, and thank you for continuing to support us. Love you. Bye-bye.
Raquel says